there was a time when Birmingham, there was a demise in gospel music. It was very demise. We really lost our way. Nothing was happening. And all I could think of was the good old days. So what I'd done was created a choir called the Birmingham Community Gospel Choir, which I brought in a lovely lady called Maxine Brooks.
So the story of the Birmingham Community Gospel Choir, quite amazing actually. I decided to go down to Slade Road, right? I live in Gravelly Hill, Eddington. Slade Road, and bumped into a long-time old friend and musician friend. I went to his father's church and all of this, and it was just wonderful. But I hadn't seen him for a while. Bumped into him, and he said, I was looking for you. He was looking for you, this is God. He said, I want to start a community choir, and I was looking for you to be the choir director.
She came in, she helped me out, she choir directed, and she's now running it. However, it was my choir that I put together. And she's, taking it to higher heights, because I couldn't run it.
So, you would ask me what the difference is between a church choir, because this is not a church choir, because different people from different churches came to the choir. What has happened now, it's similar to a church choir, because my rules are, you have to love the Lord Jesus, you have to be a committed Christian, you have to belong to a church. Why? Because although I'm a pastor, I've got my own flock. So when it comes to the church, when it comes to the choir, then your pastors are supposed to be helping you and supporting you, so that when you come to the choir, you're well-rounded and ready to sing, not ready to gossip and ready to give me some stress.
I do think that you develop a lot of disciplines that you probably don't even realise you're developing. But I know for me, starting in the choir was the starting point for, I can do this.
And it's about working together, because our generation below us now, they're very good at doing individual stuff. Yeah. But in terms of doing more collaborative stuff, I don't see that as being their strongest point. Individually, they're better than we were, because they seem to have the confidence to do that. Absolutely. But it's the collaborative working that I think is lacking. And I think that's an area that would be good if they could work on that as well. Sound like golden ages now, don't we?
These amazing keys being played and some vocals, like, wow, who is this? So I went across to where the music was coming from, and there's this guy with curly perm flashing, and imagine this. And then when he was talking, it's like American. I'm like, an American in Paradise? What's going on here? So I went over and I spoke to him, and he goes, hi, so what's your name? Howard McCrary was playing keys in the Paradise Forum. Now, if you look up his name, he was on the Grammy award-winning listing doing BBs for Michael Jackson. He's in the Paradise Forum anyway, and he knew Andre Crouch and all that kind of people then. So I got talking to him. He then said to me, I'm doing a new gig. Ronnie Scott's was opening in Birmingham, and it hadn't been open there before. So he said, I'm doing a gig there, and I could do some singers. Do you know of any singers? I've just not long finished that concert with the people there. So I thought, oh, this is a way to bring them back together. So we started to practice with Howard. We opened with Howard at Ronnie Scott's, the first week that Ronnie Scott's opened on Broad Street. And we still didn't have a name. He kept on saying to me, I'm going to get you a name, I'm going to get you a name. I'm like, I can't, it's just a one-off, it's no problem. So we were standing on the stage, dressed to kill. And there's all paparazzi and stuff, because it was the first week of opening. And he says, I want to introduce to you my special friend, Audrey, and her chorale. Welcome to Audrey Manny's chorale. I nearly dead. Because over here in America, we don't use our names. In America, they use their names all over the place. And I already was feeling like people might think I'm a bit too up myself, trying to get this group together with all these people and blah, blah, blah. And to be honest, you know what? It did cause a bit of something in the group. But why have we got your name? I thought we were going to have a different name. I said, I really did not even know who was going to do that. Then I was thinking of reneging and pulling it back, and I was still working with Howard later on after that one gig, and he got us doing some weddings and stuff. So this professional idea of mine was coming to fruition with his help. He had lots of connections. I said to him, it's causing a bit of it's wrinkling a couple of feathers in the group. I don't think I'm going to use it going forward. He says, Audrey, listen to me. You keep that name. I can't do his accent, I'll do it from me now. You keep that name, because wherever you go, you will have your group. if you have a name, one-off random name, the Rainbows or whatever, that Rainbows, when you move, the Rainbow stays where you left it. But when you got your name in a group, it goes anywhere you go, and so said, so done. I bullied it, I kept it, call it AMC sometimes or a lot of the time, but that's my name in the group and that's where it came from. I did not do it myself, but I'm very grateful.
I think having the right motivation is really important.
Yes.
I think, because as I said, I think originally, I think there's a mindset to say, yeah, we've got to get a deal, and and when we get the deal, we'll produce the album, and we're going to be able to live off that, you know, and all that. Yeah. I think that was kind of in your mind, and if it was a case where you recognise that deal, I'm not going to be able to live off it, it's a case, well, you know, I'm going to, but now. That for me is not the motivation. No. It's not the motivation to say I want to do an album for it to be number one or to get some acclaim. It's just to say I want to do an album that has meaning in someone's life.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, where we do songs that, whether or not the production's, you know, A1, you know, is neither here or there, but to say that what we actually, the message that we say in the song means something to someone.
And I just really wanted to develop artists, develop young people, so into them right now. So in the same time, I had always had a studio environment. I was based in Hockley, got offices there, and I was trying to develop young talent at the same time, and hence why I was doing the Lift project that we evolved, which is birthed out of my skill set with Gospel for You, work with the likes of a young version of Natty Josiah. I remember working with Nisheng. Sheng Music is called now, and he did this track, oh my goodness sake, Question, that mashed up the place, man. Absolutely amazing working with Anne-Marie and a lot of these younger guys that are coming through, the next generation sort of guys. They really were really crazy cool, so we helped us deliver affinity, you know, so we had the artists working, we delivering live events at the Drum, who for years I was trying to get them to take me seriously, and they finally did, and I was doing events and they were amazing down there. Really was amazing.
Social media is great. You know, you will see this on social media platforms, and we understand why that's useful, but nothing beats engaging and interacting face to face with people. So don't do social media at the loss of, I'm going to go and meet someone, I'm going to come together. I mean, we see individuals this afternoon when we came here that we haven't seen for years. How long has it been since we saw Michelle? How long ago was it?
A few years, yeah.
It's a long time, isn't it?
Yeah.
And if you have a bonding...
You don't want to see her again.
You don't want to see her.
Yeah.
You have to have that bonding. And so we can still do that now. If you're living and breathing and have life in you, you need to contribute to the legacy. That might mean supporting the young person, even if they're not asking for support. Because we didn't go around asking for support when we grew up. No. We were stuck with what we wanted to do, and we nailed it. But there will be some young person who would value a bit of affirmation, a bit of support. Even if you don't understand the music, or you don't understand what they're doing, still celebrate it. I went to a young person's concert some time ago, and the speed of the song was so fast, me have to come out. I'm being honest with you, my head turned, right? And I play music, right? But I was grateful that they were doing it, and that they saw me there supporting it.
Sometimes, you know, people always think that because London is a capital, it's a capital of gospel. Nah. Birmingham, it's a capital.
Some folks say our churches need to be mixed. I used to kind of feel that way, but I don't think I do now. I still feel that there needs to be a black perspective in our worship. I still think there needs to be a black perspective in our music, and I don't want to see that kind of fall by the wayside, you know. Sadly, I remember Richard Smallwood, I read somewhere where he was saying that Total Praise, for instance, didn't get played in the white radio stations and so on. But what they would do, they would record it and play it on their station. So they wouldn't play the black versions. And I've got a problem with things like that where, you know, yeah, we love this, but we won't play it. They won't say that, but that's what actually happens.
I now know what I want to do, which is gospel and present the old hymns. The old hymns, why? Because of what they mean to me, what they meant to our parents, and particularly the Windrush generation, and how, with whatever they had to deal with when they came here, those songs kept them from whatever church denomination you came from. We all had something in common, which were these songs. And the thing is, when you sing these songs today or tomorrow, they still have the same effect. So that's my love to Gospel Revisited Project, to keep these songs pure and keep them alive and keep them relevant.